We're medical, setting up an LLC. Does it need to be a PLLC? We have a video on PLLCs, what they are, so you can check that out. First off, what is a PLLC? But first off, I'm not your attorney. I'm not your CPA. I'm just providing generally helpful information that I've learned from years of experience of Googling and just generally being in the business that I'm passing along to you. Don't use me as your only source of information. Do your own Googling and research. I'm just one source. Secondly, if you get value out of this video, please like and subscribe. Chat below. You can ask a question below to follow up on this video or to just ask a new question and I'll make a new video. Or buy an LLC from us. We're the fastest and most affordable in the industry. If you have a friend, maybe recommend us to them. Anyway, getting back into it. We're medical, setting up an LLC. So what they're trying to say here is that they are a medical business. Now, can of worms. I'll tell you a story. Let's lead with a story in the state of New York. So when we were a very much younger company several years ago, we had a nail salon that was in the state of New York and they wanted to be an LLC and we set them up with an LLC. The problem was once we got to the form said, oh, this is health related. You have to get an approval from the health department of the state of New York. So then we had to go and write a letter to the health board for the state of New York and say what this business was. It was just a nail salon, just getting your nails done, manicures, pedicures. And it took 6 weeks. We had to send a letter. They had to process it. They had to send it back. All for that. So what I'm trying to say here is, and that is for New York. Texas, a nail salon, likely, again, every state is different. Every state is going to have their own rules. Every state is sovereign from each other, all within the United States. So as long as it's not a United States law, the states can make whatever laws that they want. And so Texas might not have such an onerous law. And so Texas might have a lot more nail salons because they don't impede these companies. I think it might have been a skin salon or something like that. I'm going to keep saying nail salon just for reference. So that example, I needed to get a document from the health board approving this business so they could then file to be a PLLC. Now, different states require different industries to be PLLCs. Not every state is the same. So one state might require a nail salon to be a Professional LLC, and another state might not. One state might require all engineers, civil engineers, but not electrical engineers. Another state might say architects. Even though they're not engineering the building, maybe architects need to be a PLLC. We got yelled at by one customer once because he was an architect and he just said, I want to be, John Smith Architect LLC. And so we filed it for him. And then later on, he comes back and he says, hey, why didn't you know that I, as an architect in the state of North Dakota, needed to be a PLLC? There are 50 states. There's LLCs, PLLCs. There's, umpteenth different industries. So it's really just hard to keep up with. We'll help customers and we'll fix things like that and we'll cover some of the costs here and there, depending on if it was our mistake. But generally, if you go to a service like ours or anybody, unless you go to a specialist that only files LLCs for people in your industry, most people are not going to know the ins and outs of all these different variations. So it's up to you to do the research and say, okay, well, my business is architecture or engineering or plumbing or medicine or nursing, and I'm going to file in Texas. Do I need a PLLC? And then just call the Secretary of State. Call the Secretary of State in the state of New York if you're there, state of Texas if you're there. They're available. They have people on the phone. You might have to wait a little bit, but they're there available for you to ask these questions and say, hey, I am an architect in the state of Wyoming. I'm going to file an LLC. Does it need to be a PLLC? What are your requirements for PLLCs? And they'll tell you. And then you just go ahead and file it, or use a service like ours to file it for you, so you can also get the EIN and the legal documents. So that's it. That is, if a medical company needs to be a PLLC, it depends. One state maybe yes, one state maybe no. If you got value out of this video, like, subscribe, share with a friend, comment below, or go to betterlegal.com, get an LLC, or just tell all your friends how cool Better Legal is, because we are the best. And I'll see you next time.